In this video, I want to go through the process of building an application for the Netburner and then transferring it over a serial link to the developer board. I've got my developer board plugged into power, and then I'm using one of the USB serial adapters. So I've got that USB serial adapter plugged into the UART0 port on the board, which is, if I can hold it up here, it's the one in the middle of the board. There's a UART0 and UART1. UART1 will not work, at least initially, for what we're doing for transferring files and also getting to the boot prompt, so make sure you have it plugged into UART0. I also have the other end of that cable plugged into my PC. I do need to determine what COM port that is using. That USB serial port has been assigned. One way to do that is to open up File Explorer, right click on this PC, and then open up the Properties window, and then go to Device Manager, and then in the Device Manager expand the ports. I've already got something using COM3, but the one I'm interested in is this USB serial port, which is assigned to COM4. So you want to remember that. It may not be COM4 on your computer. It may be COM3, it may be COM5, it may be something else, but just remember the port that's been assigned to that USB serial adapter. Okay, so now I can actually start up the NB Eclipse developer environment. The first window that appears is selecting a workspace. I mean, you'll want to choose something and then probably leave it at that. So I'm just going to leave my default here, users AR63 NB Eclipse on my C drive, and click OK. It takes a few minutes for the environment to start. Here we go. I've started it up from scratch. So go through the process of creating a new project. So from File, New, Project, we'll get this little window that appears. I want to select the Netburner project, and then Next. And then every project will have to have a unique name. So Hello World is our first project. The defaults here are okay, the release and debug versions. We have to select the target platform, the mod 5270. Next, and then we don't need to select anything on this last window, and then just finish. So at this point we've got an empty project. So the other thing is to go back to the course website. Let me rescale the window here. So here's my home page, 458 website, and then in the lectures, this is what we did right before spring break. And you want to download the helloworld.cpp file. So right click and say Save Link As, and then navigate to your Hello World directory. So this is in the workspace, and then there should be a Hello World folder, and then save the file right there. And then back in the Netburner IDE. At this point, it's not showing up here in the left Explorer window, but if I hit F5 or right click and say refresh, you'll see the files there. Now initially this automatically compiles anytime I make changes, automatically builds the project. I don't particularly like that feature. You can turn that off at the project menu and then deselect where it says build automatically. So we've got our Hello World program here. It's already actually built for us. If I need to rebuild, I can just say clean and project now, build project. Okay. I think it rebuilt automatically for me before. So turn that off. build the project. There we go. Okay, and then now it's built the project. Now I have to transfer the project actually over to the Netburner board. So you can start up MTTY from the Netburner menu. It's also available here under the NB Eclipse menu, MTTY, and then you should see this little window open. Mine has the default COM port is COM3, which is not correct. It's actually COM4, so hopefully you'll see the right COM port selected there. So so select the correct COM port and then say connect. Okay. And this program's already running on the Netburner, so I see some output. But now I'm going to reset the board to get to the boot menu, where I can transfer the application. So pressing the blue reset button, and then I have 2 seconds to press a capital A, and I didn't do it quickly enough. So there we go. To press a capital A on the keyboard with my MTTY window selected, and then I get the Netburner boot prompt. Here I can type help. The only command we're really going to use now is actually FLA to flash the application to the Netburner board. So I type FLA first, and then now MTTY is waiting for me to transfer the file over. So I go up to the transfer menu, send file, it's the text file, and again you'll have to navigate to the correct application, hello world in our case, the release version, and then hello world app S19. So make sure you select the app version. Open. You'll see a series of asterisks indicating that the file is transferring over. Occasionally errors may occur here, and you'll have to transfer the file over. Usually it transfers over without error. And then next time it should just automatically start the new application. Okay. Okay, let me show you how to actually transfer. Let me just minimize this. Go through the process of creating a new project. I won't completely go through this project because we did this in class, but a new Netburner project. This was the Flash LEDs project. So next, mod 5270, next, finish. Here again I have an empty project. I can either use the file explorer and copy hello world.cpp over from the hello world folder into the Flash LEDs folder. I could re-download the file from the website. Here I'll show you another way. Right click on the Flash LEDs and then select import, and then we're going to import here from the file system. So general, file system, next, and then I have to browse to that hello world directory, which contains my original file. So NB Eclipse, hello world, and select that directory. And then now the files that appear in that directory over here on the right, I want to just select the hello world.cpp, and then it'll copy it into the Flash LEDs folder. So that's another way to create a copy of this folder. Let me make sure I've got the right one. So I can make changes here, save those. And now I've got 2 different versions of the same program. Probably just for sanity, want to rename this to Flash LEDs, so I don't have actually 2 different versions. And I forgot to give it the right extension, so it's showing up as a text file. So Flash LEDs.cpp. Okay. And then open it up again, and then now I can rebuild this project because I've turned off the building automatically, and then now go through the process of transferring. Well, we'll go through the steps. Back to MTTY, reset my board, type capital A, flash, transfer, send file. Then now I want to go to the flash LEDs, release flash LEDs app S19. I think the only thing I did there was change the message from hello there ... to hello there XXX or something. So we'll see that hopefully in just a second. As soon as this transfers over, it'll reboot automatically, start running the flash, and you see the new message. And in the exercise, you were actually asked to flash the LEDs, but I think most of you did that in class.